Happy Monday, everybody. Thanks for joining me in the Card Closet. This is Eric. So glad you're taking time out of your night to join me here. We're going to start off with our trivia. It's episode 494. Had trouble finding anybody with 494 anythings that I hadn't already used in one of these. So I went with a man with a career slugging percentage of 494. Let's see if you can figure out who he is. He's a junk wax rookie, but he only had one rookie card. How often do you hear that? His rookie card was 1988 Donruss. His first Topps card was 1988 Topps Traded, and he is pictured on the Yankees. And then 1989 Topps through 2002 Topps. That's the rest of his career run. He was with the Seattle Mariners. And on his 1989 Topps, he's got a gold rookie cup. 1983, this player was drafted by the Braves, but he did not sign with them. So in 1984, he was drafted again in the secondary draft by the Pittsburgh Pirates. He played in the low minor leagues for the Pirates in 1984. And then after 1984 season, he was traded to the New York Yankees. Played in the minor leagues mostly for the Yankees from 1985 into 1988. Over those 4 or 5 seasons there, he did make 32 major league appearances, but was not a regular. In mid-1988, he was traded to the Mariners, and that's where he stayed the rest of his career. If the trivia question is, who did Ichiro replace in right field for Seattle, then this man is the answer. He played right field his entire career until 2001, his last year when he was moved to left field to make room for Ichiro. He had a 15-year career. Not Hall of Fame numbers by any means, 700 runs, 1,200 hits. He had some pop, though, 310 home runs, 965 RBIs, and a career .254 batting average. He was an All-Star once and won one Gold Glove. He did better in the postseason, .306 average in 4 postseasons with the Mariners. In 1994, or right around there, he grew his signature goatee out, and he sported it for the rest of his career. A couple years after the goatee, he shaved his head. He's a big dude, 6'3", 220 pounds, and because of that, because of the goatee, the shaved head, and the size, he was quite intimidating. If you don't know it yet, you might get it here. His nickname is Bone. And the card I am choosing to show of his is his 1989 Topps with that gold rookie cup. Jay Buhner. How many of you got Jay Buhner right? That's a young Jay Buhner. He will be our guest for today. So today's video, the main part of the video here is going to be a video response for a contest that RJ Collects Sets is having. He hit 500 subscribers recently, and he's having a contest which runs for another week or so after this, so you still have time. He's asking that we do a couple things. He wants us to show cards of some lesser-known players from our favorite team. And as we show the cards, shout out other YouTube channels that are Red Sox fans. So RJ, glad to participate. Go check out RJ's channel, RJ Collects Sets. He is a big contributor to the community. He gives out cards 3 days a week, free cards, with the contest that he has. So go check him out. All right. In fact, speaking of that, here's one that I won a couple weeks ago from RJ. Skybox Dominion of Mariano Rivera. So he's giving out cool cards. All right, so let's take a look at some Red Sox cards, and let's talk about some Red Sox channels. I'm going to start off, first shout out, Signs of the Pastime, Hugo. I think Eduardo Rodriguez qualifies as a lesser-known player. He did win 19 games one year for the Sox. Sorry, Hugo, I tried really hard to find somebody from Brazil, but Red Sox have never had a Brazilian play for them. So I went with Eduardo Rodriguez from Venezuela. All right, next shout out is to Boston Fan. That is Alan, and Alan is a big-time Red Sox collector, and he is going more and more back in time, picking up older and older cards, pre-war. And so when I thought of him, I thought I'm going to show my oldest Red Sox card. This is the 1906 Fan Craze, Buck Freeman. Buck Freeman played for their 1903 World Series team, which they won. Before he came to the Red Sox, he played for Washington, I believe it was, and he hit 25 home runs in a season in 1899, which was the second most all-time, and nobody would hit that many again until Babe Ruth in 1919. So Buck Freeman, going way back. We've got a lot of Red Sox channels on YouTube. Next one is Peter B. Go check out Peter B's channel if you haven't already. He does a feature every Tuesday called Tobacco Tuesday. And so for Peter B, I definitely got to go the tobacco route. Pick the T204 Ramley of Frank Otterlanes. I'm not exactly sure. Interesting thing about him is he was supposedly the first Mexican-American player to play in the major leagues. But they did find a guy back in the 1880s that turned out to actually be the first, even though Frank sometimes is mistakenly credited for that. So going with the lovely Ramley card there. Got my Red Sox Sports Illustrated commemorative edition there. I also have a hardbound edition. Next shout out, Picker Jim S. Sports Card Collector. Jim's got one of the best Red Sox collections on YouTube. You probably all know him already. He's a YouTube Hall of Famer. When I think of Jim, I think of the 1960s Red Sox. He's a big Yaz collector. So since kind of along the theme of why I showed him, I'm going to show Pumpsie Green, his 1960 card. Pumpsie broke the color barrier for the Boston Red Sox. Embarrassedly, the last team to break the color barrier, but he was the man that did it. So this card is significant in the collecting world because it's the first time a black player appears on a Boston Red Sox card. Earl Wilson was in that same set, so there were two in that same set. But I went with Pumpsie's All-Star Rookie card there. Next up, another Hall of Famer, 4-leaf cards. Eric, I'm going to go with Bill Miller for you. Eric likes cards that are goofy. And when I thought of Eric and a Red Sox card of a lesser-known player, I thought of this card here where Bill Miller just acts like he's yelling as loud as he can as he throws the ball. Bill Miller was a part of that 2004 championship team. In fact, he was the American League batting titleist the year before in 2003. Now we're going to move on to Mr. Fisher Bike, another Hall of Famer. When I think of Mr. Fisher Bike, I think of Nomar and Mo Vaughn, but I wouldn't consider them to be lesser players. So I'm going to go with a contemporary of theirs, Aaron Seeley. And this is his Collector's Choice Gold Signature out of my Aaron Seeley PC. Love that card. There's also a silver signature of that. And I saw on somebody's YouTube channel his address. And so I think he does TTMs. So I'm going to write something up, see if he remembers who I am, and send it to him, see if I can get him to sign something. So I'll let you know how that goes when I get around to it. And then finally, last channel here, Nuff Said Cards. That's Andrew. I think Andrew's a Hall of Famer too. With Andrew, you gotta go pre-war. He's a big Red Sox collector from pre-war. When I first found Andrew's channel, he was debating whether he should put together the T207 set of the Red Sox brown background. So I'm going to show one of mine from that set, Olaf Henriksen. And I'm going with Olaf because he is the only Major League player ever from the country of Denmark. And I think it talks about him being, I think they call him a Viking back here. The Viking descended outfielder. I've got a couple ancestral lines that go back to Denmark. Maybe Olaf and I are 23rd cousins. Who knows? So that's what I have to show for you, RJ. Hope you enjoyed that. And congratulations. 500 subscribers is a big deal. Great milestone to meet. Again, everybody else, I'm going to put RJ's channel down below in the description. I'm going to put all these channels that I just shouted out, Red Sox channels, into the description, and go check them all out and give them a sub if you haven't already. So that's what I've got for you, everybody. Take care, and we'll talk to you next time. Bye.